Oh, hey everybody, how's it going? It's MJ. Happy new moon. It's November 26th. It's the Sagittarius new moon today. So I figured I'd kind of do a joint venture here and offer you a few collective energy updates. Yeah. And also pull some cards for oh yeah lovers. So, hi there. Okay, so the energies for this Sagittarius new moon, which are today, surprise and delight, beautification. I feel that's also an effect of all of the recent shifts that we've been working on within self, is that this energy is basically providing us with an amplification of the sense of self-love, and so we're feeling more beautiful as well as witnessing beauty around us. Manifestations are going to be landing now as well, so it's almost like the whole year has actually provided a much deeper understanding, so like a visceral anchoring of the workings of law of attraction and manifestation. And that's been part of the sense of delay or sense of stagnation, has actually been tutelage. It's been actually helping us to learn. And as far as like the karma stuff goes, it's just karmic lessons, you could say, in understanding, in patience, in the idea of like putting work into something, but not necessarily in old paradigm way. So actually providing us with greater clarity and love. And then this is helping us just to hold space for self and other. So I'm hearing right now as well, there could be some unexpected changes. Especially as far as like our day-to-day routines and our projections for the future. There could be, it's like a timeline jump. Something unexpected drops in and takes us in a sudden new direction. On a soul level, obviously, it is somewhat expected. Like on a soul level, there will be a knowing about the path that's unfolding, but based on the projections and or expectation of what's coming in is unexpected. We're not quite seeing it, but it's a sort of abrupt change, but one that is welcomed on a soul level, because everything right now is really about expansion, and fortunately it's positive. Any underlying obstacles or aspects of self that are limiting this expansion are essentially coming up and or have been coming up for months, years, whatever. It's like, again, it's not necessarily obvious, but it's like all of our shadow aspects and all of our deeper wounds essentially have been cleared and healed. And now we're being asked to actually step into our desired manifestation, which is like the ultimate path and purpose, really. I'm getting something about like soul tribes coming together. This is part of the manifestation landing. There's greater clarity and unity. And this is ultimately a part of the expansion, is that there's essentially what it is us vibrating more love, like as a species, and so the love is organizing, hence the kind of holding space. There's a organizing power beyond the veil which is also part of the kind of surrendering to the changes, knowing that it's positive, having cleared the 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 bondage or the chains of the past, and even future. There's a harmonic convergence. It's to do with genetics. Something about like a 14 generational cycle, like 7 generations past, 7 generations future, in the here now. And the cosmic convergence of that unity self pulling in. That's like the galactic center, actually. Like there's like a pulling in of power, but it's in a harmonious sense. So basically, lots of goodness, lots of like positivity, and I want to say like lucky breaks, and also like just a sense of deeper understanding. So that's really good. Okay, let's just pull a couple cards for today. I'm hearing like new moon as I was standing moon. Yes, that's me, MMJ. Sometimes I break out into song. Oof. Oof. What is this, you guys? What is this? Oh, my lovers. I'm just the messenger, yo. I'm just the one reading. And this is what fascinates me about tarot, and in connection to YouTube, is like who it's meant for. Because you understand that it's all like attraction based. So like people who stumble upon this channel or stumble upon these readings when they're resonant, you know, a small handful or whatever. Yeah, there's definitely some major grieving going on here, my lovers. Ooh. This is like a bit of a love story, a sad one though. I'm afraid. It's like a night that you thought was offering this cup of love, just sort of kept moving kind of thing. And you're in a bit of a grieving like cycle. You have a decision to make. The decision is moving you into justice. There's fast moving messages. There's a lot of grief energy, just being like straight up. There's a lot of grief and heartache energy in this reading. A loss of love, a loss of connection, partnership, possibly actually losing someone as well. And I feel like really you're at this crossroads. You have a decision to make. So all I'm getting really is that the decision leads to justice. So I'd say that your intuition knows the way. Yeah, whatever you lost was, the reason it's so painful is that I think you thought it was foundations for happily ever after, and it wasn't. I'm seeing the night is sort of like coming in and going out, not before they offered, you know. That's hence the heartbreak card. The heartbreak is there. They certainly pretended or gave the illusion of this love, and you basically have to just pick yourself up and keep going. So whoever this reading is for, this is really about you finding balance on your own. Finding balance as the Emperor. There comes a point, I think, where you do have to make a decision in as far as like, pardon me, I'm gonna do this on my own. I'm gonna be okay on my own. I'm gonna be happy, joyful, you know? That's finding the justice in your sovereignty, basically. I feel like this is reading, this energetically feels like someone who's like, and this is part of the karma cycle of it, but like going from one relationship to another. And that's part of the reason we're getting heartbroken. Not like to, we don't blame ourselves, you know, it's not, I'm saying this with compassion, but it's like serial dating or something like the three of swords there. It's almost like you're having an awakening because you're starting to realize like you're putting yourself in this situation. You're doing this to yourself for a reason. Or you're seeing the pattern. As in, maybe this isn't the first knight who sort of like swandered in, said a bunch of shit, and then left. And I'm not, again, it's not about justifying people's shitty behavior, but when we're attracting that behavior into our lives and then it's breaking our hearts, then it warrants our addressing if it is a pattern. So I feel like the decision you have to make is yourself. Like you decide to go towards yourself, to invest in yourself, to become the emperor in your own reality. As in, you're not seeking an emperor to come in and save you. You're not seeking an emperor to come in and fulfill you. You become the emperor. You find balance in your life. You find balance with your pentacles. You find healing in your heart, and you find justice, ultimately. What up, Cupcake? Hello! Oh, Medjuli. And who else? I think that was Michelle. Michelle, Wagwan. So that's the reading, my lovers. So happy to see you. Yeah. That's I don't think this reading was for either of all. Yeah. This is sort of a saddish reading. However, let's be honest, any of us as people on this effing love journey or healing journey, there usually does come a point, I would say, in our lives where we just have to choose ourselves. And going back to like the new moon energy update as well, there's kind of this, I mean, from different angles, it's a little bit paradoxical, but not really, as far as like some of the cycles we've been through this whole year are, you know, they keep coming around, and in this beautiful, again, it's a very feminine essence, but it's like really, really loving and honoring. That's Rose with me. Hala! And also, is that Michelle? Oh, Michelle, girl, you're looking fine. It's so great. It's so great to have you both here. You're amazing. So these cycles that we're going around, and then the energy that's kind of revealing itself once again, it's so sometimes, I want to say almost like counterintuitive around. So the basics of the energy are like, just love yourself. Be fucking selfish. Do what you want. Love yourself fully. Like, embrace the awesome and the shits. Embrace the beauty and the ugly. Embrace the squeaky clean perfection and, you know, the drunken stoner girl. You know, embrace the beautiful supermodel essence, and embrace the downtrodden hag disgustor essence. Like, there's this sort of total unconditional loving essence that's saying you're still good. And then within that, it's like, amen, because we're all both totally resin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, what is life? And then it's like that primordial love that we're tapping, and that we've been tapping for maybe lifetimes, or maybe these last few years, or what have you, where we're like, wait, there's something deeper. There's a deeper love. There's a deeper acceptance. There's a deeper, yeah, it's just deeper. It's like this all-containing love of self. That's also part of the polarity of energizing this sort of selfishness to our own joyful expansion. And just a little bit, but again, in the most loving and compassionate way, and from a place of like forgiveness, to just be like, fuck all y'all, I'm gonna make myself happy. Like, but knowing when we say that in jest, that the truth is that our own joyful fulfillment is the joyful fulfillment of the people in our lives. Whether it's to share more joy with them, or to lead by example around how we lead, how we show up to be joyful. And there's something that Abraham teaches. It's like vibrational snobbery. Is that the word she uses? Being a vibrational snob. It's like a curious, like, discerning the energies, and those of us feelers, right? This has been biofeedbacking for me a lot in these last few weeks, is that I'm like, fuck, like, people are really disconnected from their feelings. Like, people, and I don't even think it's just the Brits anymore. I just generally think it's like global oppression. Like, people don't even know what they're feeling. And we're getting this biofeedback of all this multitude layer of feels, and people are like, what? You're like, you're feeling stuff, like, I can tell, or I can feel, or like, nope. So the feelers, the empaths, are really having to kind of go, well, then I'm just gonna be fucking selfish. I'm just gonna do whatever the F I want on any given day for myself, and all y'all can follow that flow, or sit there and brew in the resentment of the fact that so and so is going off to be happy. And if that's what they're gonna choose, we don't want them in our lives anyway. Let's be legit. We want other empowered creators who are like, wait a minute, so you're just over there making yourself happy. That's right. You can join me, but you have to be responsible for making yourself happy. I can't do it for you. Anyway, you guys, look at what you do to me. Look at what you do to me. So basically, the Sag new moon is mega powerful in like a positive turn. Like, come on, I think we all need a bit of a shift here. 2 years ago, watching videos who are like, the time is now. I'm like, no, it's always now. So there you go. Let me pull just one Osho card for my lovers. So do you like my daily tarot? Interwoven. I was doing this tarot yesterday, and somebody was like, I thought you were doing cards. I'm like, it's MJ. It's MJ. So I will blab fasteroo. This is actually really positive. Can you see it? It's like putting the final pieces of the puzzle together. That feels true right now. As in the final pieces of this, wait a minute, like, I really do get to just empower myself to freedom. Like, I really am not beholden to other people's personal destiny fulfillment. Like, we are really only beholden to our own heart, our own mind, and our own sense of completion. This is a beautiful character as well, very serene, blue. There's a sense of being able to communicate with compassion, being able to communicate with love. And then I believe that would make a 21, which is a 3, which has to do with truth, and like, this is really ultimately the time that we're in. So it's like, complete the cycle, be the truth of your knowing, and good things, justice is coming your way. My lovers, Julie, what, Michelle. I'm just doing a cheerleader song because I'm cheerleading for you guys to be the happiest version of yourselves. All right, so good to catch you. It's been a while. Love you guys loads. Have an awesome day. We're cheering for you. Thank you so much. Just be selfish, you guys. Just be effing selfish and do what you want for you. I love you. I love you too. Have a jolly, fantastic evening, because I know that most of y'all are in the United States of America. So have a really, really lovely evening. Sweet dreams, my lovers. I love you guys. I'll speak to you real soon. Peace out.